slideshow, but it didn't.
No, it didn't.
I think it's crazy that we have like 4 girls from my assembly who are leaving, and like I've always been the youngest in my assembly all my life. So it's like, wait, now I'm the oldest? What?
Hey, I'm still gonna be here for a Grand Cross, so you can't get rid of me. Who's gonna hold up a whiteboard going, is this a cactus, when it's very obviously a shark?
You better not disappear from Grand Cross.
Miss Alina couldn't believe it either when she was putting the video together. She sent me a lot of texts and said, this isn't possible. So, and technically, Becca would have been majorating out this year if she hadn't have done an extension. And I don't know how many of you know this, but when Alina was Grand Worthy Advisor, Becca was the Sister of Spring for the pledge ceremony.
Alina was my first gua, so her singing the song just made it even worse, and I just cried and bawled my eyes out for like 20 minutes after the session ended.
But remember, Anna, now you can join the Oregon Rainbow Alumni Association led by my grandma.
Mrs. Mobley has the picture up of Alina and Becca when she was pledge sister. Oh my gosh. Mrs. Mobley, that is not possible because that means I'm that much older as well. Oh gosh. That's so cute. Yeah, so darling. Oh my
If
gosh.
you turn your brightness down.
Becca, I feel you. I extended a year and all my friends went majority without me. So I feel you there.
There. Oh.
Hey, there's the option for majority girls to come back next year and participate in that celebration, so I still get to cry next to one of my best friends.
Yeah, and I'm not going far because I plan on helping my assembly, so I'm still here.
You can come cry with us, Sam, at next Grand Assembly.
And you all have to join the Alumni Association, which I think Aberdeen said earlier, but just in case you missed it, join us. We're a cool club over here.
One of us.
One of us.
One of us.
I've been a part of that Facebook group since it started, and it's been kind of weird because it's been like the slow countdown of I'm slowly becoming more official in this group.
But think of all the wonderful things you'll be able to do as an adult in Rainbow. How you'll have that knowledge of recent Rainbow experience to help.
Wait until the first time you do not have to kneel during initiation. Then it definitely hits you.
Oh my gosh.
I can still annoy Mrs. Loveland. That's my true goal in life.
The other part that hits you is when they ask for all adults to please stand. That's disturbing.
That's not okay, right? I got that.
That's okay, Crystal. You never have grown up.
It's true.
And I love you just the same.
Mrs. Donnelly, you're definitely one of my favorites.
I'm glad to hear that. I had to get my pillow to sit on. I was getting in a hole. And I'm so proud of what you've done with Mystic Valley.
Oh, thank you. The girls made it super easy.
Well, you have a great group of girls, and you're going to have a wonderful Grand Worthy Advisor.
No pressure, right?
Right. You're going to find out what it's like.
Oh, head first. Just dive right in.
I think it's so exciting. She's gonna be the very first Grand Worthy Advisor from Mystic Valley.
What were you guys saying about you weren't gonna make me cry anymore? Hello.
That's not what we said. We said we wouldn't make Miss Thompson and more cry.
Yeah, you made us only promise for 2 people. You never said we couldn't make you cry.
You guys are terrible.
Besides that, next year they'll get me hardcore if they all come back for majority at Grand Assembly.
Oh, and they will.
Yeah, I've already planned on that. I need to have my moment next to Becca and Chloe and us just sobbing our eyes out.
Just one
Shame.
thing about this is making me even more sad. I'm telling you about how they're going to come back so I can sob twice as hard next year.
I spent most of the year preparing for that majority service so that I wouldn't cry during my part.
It doesn't matter, Angie, you'll cry anyway. I was prepared and I managed to cry.
I got her. I did too.
You did.
The best part about it is not only do you get to experience it this year, but I get to come back and make you cry next year too, because it's in person.
I just saw in the chat that we have a new grand representative to Oregon from Virginia. Hi, Alyssa.
You guys talking about majority, you wait till you sneak your granddaughter in on you when you're not prepared for it. You're the state mother advisor. That was just a shock.
And I don't have to worry about having my granddaughter there, so I'm okay.
I have a cup just like yours.
My little pineapple cup?
Uh-huh. I have one too.
Mr. Thompson gave me that as a little present.
That was sweet.
Good evening, Ann Elf.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. I've been watching you off and on. You're in for a rough year.
Yes.
It'll get better.
Oh, this has been great.
It has. It has worked really well. I was not quite sure how that was going to all come together, but it's done really, really good. And
well, Dana has done a tremendous job.
She has done a fantastic job. She has went over and above what any of the rest of us could have accomplished.
Oh, it might have been difficult had I been in charge of that one.
Way above my pay grade.
Now, I told the girls they had to stop making me cry. I just should have blanket said it for everybody. You guys have to stop.
That's our goal tonight now. That's just it.
Sorry, Dana, you knocked it out of the park, and yeah.
Thank you.
You deserve every bit of the kudos you're getting.
Thank you.
So this is because I have to say I loved the Grand Rep reports. I loved that they could do it and pre-record so that they could use more props and prepare differently. I thought it was really fun. And Dana, you did a great job.
Did you like my puppy? my puppy.
Yeah.
She did not like it. It was raining outside.
We drove by the little field that you videoed your report in today, and we said, "There's Anna's field."
I was very proud of the girls.
It was a great way to do these reports. It might be a great way to do it for Grand Assembly as well, because then they wouldn't have to try and get into costume and run back and forth.
Well, we'll let Becca decide that last year. She had come to me and said, do you think that might be a possibility? And why not? So it worked really well. And thanks to Dana, she helped put that all together for us. And it was quite enjoyable and, very entertaining. Some of the kids are very creative and had a fun time doing it. So it made our job easy.
Well, thanks for all you do, Lucy.
You bet.
Hi to my counterpart from Virginia. This is my face.
Hello.
Cute. You're welcome. Oh,
It's
welcome.
nice to meet
Welcome
you.
to Oregon.
Hi, More.
Yay. Ladies, I wanted to ask what you thought of Becca's year-end report, how she did that as an adventure story. I thought that was so cute. It was really clever.
I really liked the video that she did.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
We did something similar to that for, can you mute that? We did something similar to that for the West Coast thing that we did. What was it called? Supreme Seminar or Worldwide Webinar.
Oh yeah, that's what Becca got the idea.
I thought that was a great idea too, Jessica, that you reached out to all the counterparts to Oregon, and what a creative way of connecting. Great job.
So I want to go back and read the rest of Becca's report. So that I know that there were some pages that, because it was a choose your own adventure, I'd love to go back and read some of the other pages.
Yes, we will be posting the full slideshow. I'm not sure where yet, but we will be posting it, so you will have access to see all of the different things that we weren't able to touch during the story.
Nice, thanks, Becca.
Well, tonight has been a little bit different because I haven't been playing the music because all the conversations were so wonderful. But Becca, it's time to take it away. Or I should say Anna.
About to say, I'll take it away. Okay, everybody. Welcome to the Saturday evening session of Oregon's Virtual Grand Assembly. You know it. I am Anna Higgins, Grand Charity of 2020, and it is my honor to kick off this final, gonna make you all cry, this final session. It is my honor to introduce Sister Becca Mobley, Grand Worthy Advisor in Oregon International Order of the Rainbow for Girls. And you will please join me in giving her a magic welcome.
Thank you so much. Sister Grand Drill Leader, you will proclaim Oregon's 2020 Virtual Grand Assembly session from refreshment to labor.
By order of the Grand Worthy Advisor, I proclaim Oregon's 2020 Virtual Grand Assembly session from refreshment to labor.
Today is a special day. Not only is it National Pineapple Day, it is also Scoliosis Awareness Day. With us this evening is Mrs. Kathy Park, Director of Development at Portland Shriners Hospital for Children. She's going to teach us a little more about the magic growing rods so we can have a deeper understanding of the program that we have been working so hard to help.
Thank you, Grand Worthy Advisor Becca. Good evening, ladies, and thank you for having me join you virtually at the last of your last meeting of your Grand Assembly. It's been a pleasure to work with Becca for, has it been 2 years now? You impress me in many ways, but especially the fact that you started out thinking about this day over 2 years ago, before you were Grand Worthy Advisor. And you met with me along with your mom in my office and said, I'm going to be in this position. We have to do a fundraiser. I want to do something that is near and dear to my heart. And we've worked, well, I haven't done any work. It's all you and your team to develop a fundraising program to support our program for magic rods. And I just think to come to this night with a plan that you have in place, and especially with a daunting challenge of the coronavirus and the restrictions that have been put in place in terms of your movement and your gatherings. You guys haven't been able to go around the state or other states as you usually would do to raise money. But I have heard that you have all persevered and have come to this moment in Becca's year as the Grand Worthy Advisor full of satisfaction and a job well done. Congratulations to the Grand family and all the Rainbow Girl groups around the states. Becca asked me to speak briefly, and I will be brief, to you about what are magic rods and how are they used and what's their distinction and why should you even have wanted to raise money for this, you know? It's after the fact, but it's a way to allow you to envision what you've been raising money for and why it's important to people, especially like Becca and others like her. You know, most of us are fortunate to have strong spines and strong backs. Some children aren't so lucky, and others find that their spine starts curving when they are growing up. Oh, there we go. Thank you. This is a picture of Jake. I want you to remember this, and we'll come back to this a little later on in my presentation. But this shows you stunning before and after views of Jake. Thank you, Becca. The majority of children and adolescents who are afflicted by scoliosis don't have to have treatment. But for those with more severe curvature, scoliosis will only worsen as the child grows, and that's going to impact their ability to breathe and impact the growth of their organs. This can be damaging to their life. So how do we treat scoliosis in the past? Well, young growing children with severe scoliosis often required multiple surgeries to correct the curvature. Surgery is invasive and involves the implanting of steel rods at the top and at the bottom of the curvature of the spine. So a patient underwent surgery, insertion of rods on either side of the spine, being sewn up after surgery, and recovery, a long process. But what happens with children? They grow. So to accommodate a child's growth, these rods have to be lengthened through additional invasive surgeries every few years. Can you imagine? They're costly. Surgeries are time intensive and they're painful for the patient. Sometimes young children have to endure 3 to 5 surgeries a year to be able to accommodate, have the rods accommodate their growth. It is for these people that magic rods have been developed. This new surgical technique and product is improving treatment and reducing the number of surgeries required to treat this to treat this condition. They eliminate the need for repeated operations under general anesthesia. They eliminate wound complications, healthcare costs associated with this procedure. So let me tell you how magic rods work. First, I want to say, was it Amelia who put up that picture that says MEGEC? Yay. There you go. Or Anna, sorry. So that's the spelling. It's M-A-G, all caps, M-A-G-E-C, not I-C, magic rods. And that stands for, M-A-G is magnetic, you know, magnetic, E is expansion, and C for control. You are so good. You are a great straight person on that. Thank you. Much like the traditional rod lengthening procedures, how do you get magic rods in? Well, you have a surgery. The patient undergoes surgery to implant the magic rods. The rods are made of titanium, and they have a small magnet in them, in each of them. And it takes 2 rods generally for each magic rod surgery. So you have 1 rod that is inserted on either side of the spine. That brace will stay as the child grows so that the scoliosis doesn't get worse. About every 3 months, maybe not so much 3 months, the patient returns to the doctor's office for a lengthening of those rods because they grow, their bones grow. So instead of another surgery, that patient comes to our outpatient clinic for treatment. And here's what happens. This is just amazing. The child lies down on a table on their stomachs. The doctor first measures the rod's length with ultrasound. using ultrasound instead of X-ray really helps because it reduces exposure to radiation. Once the doctor knows the length that the bones have grown, she holds a remote control magnetic device against the scar, and inside the scar, deep in the body, she activates those magnets that are on the sides of the magic rods. And she programs the magnet to expand the rod inside that person's body by the millimeters of growth of the rest of her bones. Isn't that amazing? It is absolutely sounds like a miracle. And I'll tell you what, to the boys and girls who have this opportunity, it is a miracle, because what happens? They get up from the table after, I don't know, Becca, how long? It takes 20 minutes, a half hour for this to happen?
I actually don't have magic rods. I just have the standard titanium.
Standard rods. Okay. Well, I think it only takes 20 minutes or so. So instead of going through another surgery where you have to recover, you can't go out and play with your friends, blah, blah, blah. After 20 minutes or half hour, this child is out the door and allowed to go back to school when and if we ever can go back to school again, and or go out and play with her friends. Amazing. This changes lives, you know? And Becca, could you put Jake's picture back up and then put Matthew's picture up too? So here's Matthew. Can you guys see this picture? It's on the left side. This is what his spine looked like. This curvature is substantial. He underwent magic rod surgery. And on the right picture, that is what you see inside of him. And his back is straight. And as with Jake, who was there you go. Thank you. Gosh, you are great. So you see how amazingly curved Jake's back was. And after magic rod surgery and the expansion of his rods, look at that. Look at the straightness of it. I want to tell you, both of these young boys wound up playing golf at the Shriners PGA golf tournament. They represented our hospital at the golf tournament. And they had to change their swing, of course, after they had the magic rod surgery, because they had challenges, shall we say, beforehand. But here they are. And this is just amazing. And, you know, the cost of a pair of those magic rods is $35,000. And not most of it, but much of it is not covered by insurance. So the fact that your leader, grant-worthy advisor, Becca, has taken this fundraising project on to provide support, which will allow us to continue providing this kind of miraculous surgery to children, is admirable. And I want to thank you, Becca, and your grand family, and all the Rainbow Girls in the States who have contributed to your amazing fundraiser. You need to know how appreciative the hospital is for your support, all of you. That concludes my comments. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming and joining us tonight and telling us a little bit more about the magic growing rods.
You are welcome. Thank you for having me.
Grand Charity Anna, I know I am on the edge of my seat to see how we did. We would be very interested in hearing the final report on the Magic Growing Rods Service Project at this time.
The drama.
Are you ready for this? Are we ready? Are we ready? Maybe? Hold up. I'm Maple Staple, and we apologize for interrupting your regularly scheduled program to bring you a very important announcement. The Rainbow Football Draft results are in. The winner of the quilt raffle is... Are you ready? I know Pete's ready. Sit up. It is Mrs. Sandra Von Devere, an OES member from Hermiston, Oregon.
Wow.
Woo! The total sales and tickets was 2,305
Woo!
tickets, making $1,856. Now, for the evening weather forecast, Susie Sunshine is currently at the scene filling in for our dearly missed Wanda correspondent. Susie? Give me a second. Maybe Chloe might need to fill in for Alexis.
Everything's frozen. Just try talking, Lex. Hello? Okay, that it's working. Yes. Thank you, Maple. Just a few cats and dogs, but it was raining rocks. I'm the first on the scene, and it looks like the rock and roll rainstorm has left us a very important message. It seems that it is our total of the fundraising money for this year. It is $16,550.
Wow.
Thank you, Susie. You will now be redirected to your regularly scheduled program.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Woohoo! And I have one too. Thank you. Can you see it?
Did we get all of yours?
It's bigger than I am.
My crown's gonna fall off.
There we go. Oh my gosh, Becca, all of you, this is stunning. And I did not peek. I did not peek until now. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to tell Dr. Wellborn. Do you guys remember her? She spoke at the beginning of your fundraiser. I can't wait to let her know the amazing work that you have done and what that's produced for. Mainly, she is the #1 person in our hospital for this kind of procedure, and she'll be thrilled. Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much.
I am so proud of all of the work we have done raising money for the Shriners Hospital Magic Growing Rods program. We worked very hard to rise up and work hard to make a difference for this program. As many of you know, this program is very close to my heart, so I want to extend my deepest gratitude to everybody that donated and contributed this year. Again, thank you, Oregon Rainbow, for all your hard work this year. You truly continue to impress me. I am alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic. How about you? Let me see those spirit boards.
When I came home at lunchtime, I heard a funny noise. Went out to the backyard to find out if it was one of those rowdy boys. Stood there with my neighbor, called Peter, in a flux capacitor. He told me he built a time machine, like wanted to film a scene. Yeah, he said I've been to the year to the future in the flux thing, and I saw everything. Boy bands, and another one, and another one, and another one.
You will notice that there has been a quilt change behind me. The new beautiful and colorful quilt you see was made by Dream Quilts and Crafts and will be the raffle quilt during my 2021 term. I would like to extend a special thanks to Mrs. Thompson for making the 2020 Ties That Bind raffle quilt, and her sister, Mrs. Onsen, for making the 2021 raffle quilt. Supreme Deputy Mrs. Metz, we would love to hear from you at this time.
Thank you, Grandworthy Advisor Becca, Oregon Rainbow, family, and friends. Over the course of the last few months, the COVID-19 virus has thrown the world into disarray. This has forced Oregon Rainbow to reinvent its presence, practice collaboration, and to adapt to one of the most challenging and sudden waves of disruption in recent history. Grandworthy Advisor Becca and the Hoop and Holler and Hedgehog Grand Officers are resilient, and they did rise up to the occasion. When quarantines were imposed, Oregon Rainbow blazed new trails by using technology to remain connected, productive, and healthy. CEO Tiger from Genpact expressed it best that the past 100 days has compressed what would have been a 5-year journey to 12 to 18 months. We are living the future faster than expected. When the world is rapidly changing, innovation allows an organization like Oregon Rainbow to look to the future with confidence. And we have all witnessed that innovation these past several days at every session during our virtual Grand Assembly. Thank you, Oregon Rainbow, for setting not only a new standard for success, but a high bar at that, and then work for it and achieve success. Our Oregon Rainbow community is strong. As I said yesterday at the conclusion of announcements, our success is not based on any one individual, but on everyone in our community working together and co-creating as partners. Take a moment and consider all the individuals it took to put together the choir songs, which were so impactful. Think about the entertainment, the grand representative reports, the protest video. Together, the membership and adults of Oregon Rainbow co-created our virtual Grand Assembly and put together a program that shows our spirit and our pride. Next time someone asks you, what is this rainbow thing that you do? You can say, I am a member of the International Order of the Rainbow for Girls, the premier leadership program for women between 11 and 20. Rainbow is a network of women leaders, both young and old. The role that women are playing and will play in the future to bring about peace and prosperity for people and a sustainable planet is growing exponentially. The reason for this growing role is due to women's success in putting into practice transformational leadership. Transformational leaders are those who stimulate and inspire followers to both achieve extraordinary outcomes and in the process develop their own leadership capacity. Transformational leaders help followers grow and develop into leaders by responding to individual followers' needs, by empowering them, and simultaneously aligning the objectives and goals of the individual followers, the leader, the group, and the larger organization. How will Rainbow fulfill its mission of getting girls ready for life when the one certainty about the future is that it will be uncertain? Ladies, through your experiences in Rainbow, you are learning the value of connection and collaboration, as evidenced by your success on the Magic Growing Rods project with the Shriners Hospital. You are learning to build upon each other's work for impact. Take, for example, the 2020 Camp SAS event. It all started with a proposal written by the Grand Line, and then you added a diversity of talents, including creative, ritual, vocal, and spiritual, just to name a few, that built upon each other, resulting in an event that was more impactful than the sum of its individual sessions. You are learning to be resilient, which means you are able to overcome the unexpected. The goal of resilience is to thrive. 2 months ago, virtual Grand Assembly was just an idea to overcome the unexpected barrier of the pandemic. Amongst all the noise and demands in the world around us, amongst all the ambiguity around our situation, Oregon Rainbow is thriving, and it is due to your strength, diligence, and the sheer willpower that resides in each of you ladies and adults. You young ladies are my why I choose to invest my time in Oregon Rainbow. Each one of you will continue to grow in your journey as a member and as an alumni. Each of you will continue to be of service on a larger scale for a better and brighter future for Oregon, our country, and our planet. And it is my honor to work with each of you. Thank you for the honor of speaking this evening.
Thank you, Mrs. Metz, for your continued service to our organization and for your wonderful words this evening. Okay, I'm gonna take a deep breath before I start my remarks. It's gonna be, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Okay. 371 days ago, I stood in front of Oregon Rainbow's delegation as the newly installed Grandworthy Advisor. I had so many thoughts rushing through my head, but I spent a lot of time thinking about what I wanted to do and accomplish during my year as GWA. It was my hope that this year we committed ourselves to lend a helping hand to all our Masonic family. Through our work at MESH and various invitations to serve, we found ourselves helping our Masonic family many times this year. The more we get to know our Masonic family, the more confidence we build in ourselves, the more passionate we continue to be about the service focused our beautiful order instills in us. State Miss Service, Chloe and I set a goal of 5,000 service hours to complete as a state. Not only did we meet this goal, we surpassed it by almost 4,000 hours. Service is the foundation of our order, and I am in awe at the hard work and generosity of time that our membership showed throughout the state through their service hours this year. We scheduled 4 visits to the Masonic and Eastern Star home where we were able to socialize and really get to know our newly adopted grandparents. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we were only able to go to 3 of the visits, but they were all so much fun. Each assembly was given a grandparent, or 2 or 3, maybe 4, that they got to know during our visits, and they were able to send letters and gifts to throughout the year. The Adopted Grandparent Program was such a hit that the state service team took it on as an annual program that Oregon Rainbow will continue to support at Jennings McCall. Our second hands-on service project was the Paint and Hide Rocks. I wanted to use them as a way to publicize our organization by painting #IORG rocks on the rocks to encourage our communities in finding more about what this amazing organization is and what we do. We used this as an opportunity to have numerous fun events. We even had rock painting at Camp Sass. As I said earlier, the Magic Growing Rods program is very close to my heart. This is because I had spinal fusion surgery to correct my scoliosis in October of 2013 at the Portland Shriners Hospital. While my rods don't grow or extend like these, during my time as the leader of Curvy Girl Scoliosis Support Group in Portland, I have met girls who may have had growing rods or may need them in the future. This is an exciting and amazing new medical advance that I was so thrilled to share with Oregon Rainbow. Our goal was to raise $15,000 to support this program and the kids it will benefit. I am so incredibly proud of all the love and support that everyone extended to this project and worked so hard to help meet this goal. I also wanted to be able to help the organization that had helped me so much. I knew I was going to be able to help the girls this year, but I wanted to help girls for years to come. With the help of my Grand Line and the support of all of our amazing adults, I was able to help start Camp Sass. This was a dream of mine that I never thought would be a reality, not during my time in Rainbow anyway. Now there's a camp that our girls will be able to attend and learn so many necessary skills, fun talents, and develop deeper relationships with their sisters. I am so incredibly proud to say that I was able to be a part of the beginning of this new tradition. I wanted to continue our focus to increase our service hours, our membership, and our community awareness throughout the year. The membership truly learned more about how to rise up by speaking up, showing up, and standing up for our organization. It has been an unforgettable year, and I can't wait to see what else we are able to accomplish together. Again, please save the date for our grand installation. It will be on August 16th at 10 a.m. I would like to express how honored I am to have the opportunity to continue in this position and how excited I am to continue to rise up together. Thank you. We will now have a closing slideshow that will share some of our adventures this year.
It will be just a moment.
You can just keep the promise and not play it, and none of us will cry anymore.
Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
Sister Grand Leader, you will proclaim Oregon's virtual Grand Assembly of the International Order of the Rainbow for Girls closed.
By order of the Grandworthy Advisor, I proclaim Oregon's virtual Grand Assembly, International Order of the Rainbow for Girls,